I think today would be a perfect day to take your photograph, Jim. Why don't you come down to the Hobbit Hole Courthouse and get your mug shot?
Okay, but if you ask me any questions, I'm pleading the fifth.
Plead the fifth, yeah. And you reminded me of what Trump had to say about pleading the fifth.
Well, you said you're guilty if you have to plead the fifth. And he pleaded 490 times or something like that.
I forget how many times. And not just Trump, it's all his cronies, some of whom seem to be now making an appearance in Georgia for mugshots.
Rudy yesterday, he was the big name yesterday, and there was a lot of kerfuffle around him. So I guess he does have a big name, and
or had a big name.
Well,
somebody paid for a private jet for him to fly.
Well, there you go. He's got that. Trump's going to do Now, this is something maybe you can help me with, because Trump has been ordered not to really get involved with the other people.
Not to say anything to anybody.
But he's going to have a fundraiser for Rudy Giuliani. How can that not be saying something about something?
It is.
Yeah.
I don't think that should be allowed.
I don't either.
Okay, that's strange. I didn't see that one.
You didn't hear that?
No, that he's going to have a fundraiser.
Yeah. At Mar-a-Lago, I think.
Mar-a-Lago.
No, maybe it's probably Jersey.
Bedminster.
Probably up in Jersey there.
Bedminster.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard, this was a humorous aside, but tasteful or distasteful, it's in the eye of the beholder. Don Trump Jr. was saying some stupid thing, as he often says on Twitter or Fox or wherever he's doing his interview. And somebody told him, why don't you, what's the STFU, shut the F up and go mow your mom. Well, do you know where Ivanka is buried?
That wasn't a nice thing to say.
Do you know what condition that site is in?
No, is it bad?
It's all overgrown and weeds.
I thought you were going to go the comedic thing. It's the first hole.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know where. I thought it was the what do they call the last one when you come off the
18th?
The 19th.
No, 18th. There is no 19th.
Yeah, the 19th is where you go and have your bruise.
Oh, okay.
That's the 19th. So that's where Ivanka's buried. I don't know. You know, you finish your round of golf and tread on the grave. What is buried with Ivanka? I'll just throw that one out there as an aside.
I don't know. Is there something?
I'm wondering if there are documents. We're missing a carton.
But why wouldn't it be maintained? The same gardeners that do everything else, or did Trump say?
I'm thinking nothing happens. This is like Putin in Russia. Biden said nothing happens in Russia without Putin having a hand on it. Yeah. I'm thinking nothing happens at Bedminster or Mar-a-Lago without Trump or Putin knowing what's going on.
Why would he want her body there then? That's kind of creepy.
It is.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I'm wondering whether he sold some real estate to her and that was it.
And how did he end up even having control of the body?
I don't know, but when you're rich, you can do a lot of stuff.
There's a few strings you can pull.
Anyway, go mow your mom. That takes on a whole new meaning.
Yes,
very distasteful, but it got him to shut up because he was making some inane comment that the only honest family ever to be in Washington was the Trump family. They never made a cent off of anything.
What?
That's what he said.
Jared made $2 billion off something.
And Ivanka got some kind of copyright and
800
registration.
Million, something like that.
So things don't add up and don't make sense.
We run those figures by us pretty. We're not talking a couple of $1 million extra little bonus here. We're talking like $800 million.
And we're not talking about Hunter Biden and his laptop and $10 million he got from where? I don't care really where. It's not $800 million, or it's not $2 billion, and he was not ever employed in the White House.
Yeah, and if Biden's connected with that, and so far nobody's found nothing, but go ahead and investigate that.
Well, it's been years now of inventing, inventing stuff. And I referred you back to the old Benghazi investigations of Republicans are going to find some dirt on Hillary Clinton 5 years later, and I don't know how many hundreds of millions of dollars, and nothing, including personal testimony.
The main thing that bothers me is the DOJ. No, the DOG, good old party. No, GOP. Sorry. That they're still pushing this whole political thing as if it's all that's happening to Trump right now is a political move on the Democrats. It isn't. And now what they're doing is, it's all political who they're investigating.
Yes.
But Biden didn't order an investigation.
No.
These laws were broken, and the particular one we're thinking about now is in Georgia,
Yes.
where the law was broken. And what else is that person supposed to do, the attorney general, but lay charges? What else can she do?
It's what I think Mueller and any AG is supposed to do. Follow the facts,
Yeah.
follow the evidence, and where warranted, lay the charges.
Then bring it before their grand jury. I don't know how their system works, but goes before a grand jury of your peers,
yes,
and they decide whether or not the charges should go forward.
If the charges go forward, they lay an
Yeah.
indictment and they make the
has
charge.
nothing to do with the Democratic Party.
No.
Not a bloody thing.
Except that they will say DOJ has been weaponized by the Democrats, to which I would say, and it wasn't with Trump and Bill Barr.
You can only weaponize so far. But the law, when you get to something like this, like in Georgia, that was laid out pretty straightforward. Like, it took years to put this together.
Brad, all I want is for you to find
Slam
11,780
dunk, Terry.
votes, which is one more than we have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Slam dunk. Trump said it with his own mouth.
Yep.
You're not going to accept the count. You want him to do something to find those extra votes. That is, everything. Coercion, criminal.
Obstruction.
The charges are under racketeering,
Yes.
basically is what the charges are. And it is true. These people conspired
Yep.
to keep Trump in the White House when the people had voted him out. That's just the facts of it.
That's just the facts. So on the facts of it, looks like a slam dunk case. Any one of these charges, he's got 91 counts, 4 indictments. Any one of those will likely put him away for the rest of his life.
And that's an interesting thing. How do you put him away? Do you go with your Secret
I'm
Service
thinking
agents?
you buy the adjacent piece to Ivana's Bedminster location and go mow your dad. I think that's the way it's going.
Well, I still think and I know I've heard many people say it's just too strategically impossible for him to flee the country, but I think he's going to
I
attempt.
know you said that. I don't know. He mulled that over out loud. The thought bubble was there, and if you believe that projection is everything, then he's letting us know what his intention is. He's going to go visit his pal Vladimir.
Yeah,
And,
either that or Saudi Arabia, where Jarrett ended up getting, or was it Dubai? Jarrett ended up getting $2 billion for something. Terry, what was that? What was it?
Arabia. It was an investment, but really, I think it was. Oh, let's tie this one back. It was to invest in 666 Fifth Avenue, which is Jared Kushner's investment, which was tanking in
or
value.
it was thank you very much for these documents.
Yes, or it was thank you for covering
Now we
up
know
my hatchet job on the Jamal Khashoggi, Washington Post reporter who was dismembered and put in a suitcase and
But
mailed.
I'm amazed at this, that you've never brought this forward. Since this whole thing broke, you realize there's an abnormal, unusual number of CIA operatives that are being killed. I don't know if you should look that up. They're being hunted down and killed. How do they know who they are all of a sudden?
Apparently, it's part of the Mar-a-Lago documents scandal.
Well, yeah. Or did that make its way to Dubai or Saudi Arabia?
You mean the CIA is being hunted down by Saudi Arabia?
No, but that information being sold to whoever wants it.
Oh, so you mean Saudi Arabia bought it from Jared Kushner?
Yes.
And then...
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Allegedly. I mean,
allegedly,
I'm not,
yes.
jeepers,
we
don't
are not
know.
a court, and we don't know. And
But
we're not CIA.
there is a lot of operatives dying. They're being killed.
Yes, I heard that was through Trump's negligence, through flashing maps of things. And,
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
But so why did he want to keep all this stuff? Because when he's out, it's worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
It's worth a lot more.
Hundreds
once
of
he's
millions,
out of office.
hundreds of millions of dollars it's worth. And do I think that that's the reason? No, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know for sure. I'm just guessing. But there was some reason, in spite of all the advice, he fought tooth and nail to try to keep illegal documents at his resort.
He made every excuse under the sun to rationalize and justify.
They're mine.
And the big turning point in that documents case was released by Jack Smith just a day ago when conspirator number 4, whose name we now know, flipped. He got out of Trump's lawyer, because Trump supplied lawyers for all of those guys.
Yeah.
This guy, somebody advised him. No, Jack Smith did a nice end run. I think the story goes that he realized this guy has a conflict of interest. He can't cover conspirator number 4 and somebody else in that charge that he was representing. So he had to give up the Trump-appointed lawyer and got himself another one who said, "You're not you're not going down with this one. Your best interest is to fess up.
You tell them what you know.
Tell them what you know," and that
doesn't mean making up stuff.
No.
Tell them what you know is, yes, the boss said get rid of these,
yes,
or
as opposed to following what the boss said, which is
through
making it up
through his lawyer that he's paying for.
Yeah, that's right.
Because that number 4 conspirator was being paid by a Trump lawyer, like
All right.
being covered by a Trump
So
lawyer.
let's expand that to the Georgia case and say, if you're Jenna Ellis, if you're Sidney Powell, if you're Rudy Giuliani, and Trump's not paying you, would you not sing like a canary?
You would think Rudy. No, he's not doing it because I think he's got a psychological desire to fail. No.
Interesting. Thank you for that analysis, Sigmund Freud.
Well, I mean, he seems to be sticking to his guns unless he's flipping, and he doesn't want anybody to think he's flipping.
I think he's going to flip on Trump.
Do you?
Himself. Yeah. And I think
Will
there'll
we
be
know?
another-
Will we know?
Will we know? I don't know about that one.
Yeah, because he's big and out there and telling how he's sticking to it.
but he's poor and penniless,
Yeah.
poor Giuliani.
But then
Anyway,
why would Trump hold a fundraiser for him if Rudy's going to flip?
Well, is it a fundraiser or is it people have to pay for dinner and Rudy's footing the bill?
Oh, Trump wouldn't do that, would he? Come on, he wouldn't do that.
Michael Cohen seems to think he would.
Have you watched the Netflix thing about Trump, the story about Trump and that?
No. What is it?
It's excellent. We'll talk offline, but it's excellent. I'm at the part right here where he claimed bankruptcy, and the one guy's saying he absolutely destroyed us all and couldn't care less.
No, and that's the way America fell to Trump 4 years later.
Yeah.
Destroyed us all, doesn't care less.
Couldn't care less.
Bye-bye for now. Jim and Terry signing off.